Hey, how often do you get distracted when you're doing something? Maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're at work, maybe you're in the car, maybe you are talking to someone looking over their shoulder because something else caught your eye. Maybe you're looking around the room now trying to work out what I've got else in this room. Well, I was at the gym this morning, the outdoor gym, enjoying the nice sunshine, listening to an audiobook with my headphones on. I was listening to Jim Kwik, and I know I keep saying Jimmy Kwik, but it's Jim Kwik. In his book called Limitless, there you go, I got distracted by the birds in the background. In his book, Limitless, he talks about the concept of distraction. So let's look at the word distraction. And yes, I ran out of space. Distraction. If we break the word distraction into two pieces, it's actually distraction. Distraction. So we could argue that distraction is the loss of traction. And yes, this is not my content. This came out of the audiobook this morning from Jim Kwik, to give the credit to him. But I wanted to share it with you today because for me it was a bit of a aha moment when I think about the fact that distraction is the distraction, and therefore when I get distracted, like I did this morning, because I tell you I jumped straight off my phone and pulled it out of my pocket and started making notes about this. My brain went off into some creative mode about what could I do to teach you guys about this concept of distraction. So we could argue, coming back to my point, distraction is distraction, or as Jim said, the loss of traction. The loss of traction. So every time you get distracted by something, you lose traction. He even says that according to some research, it takes us on average 23 minutes. 23 minutes to get back on task after we've been distracted. Now, some people can say it takes 5 minutes. Some people argue 2. Some of you are saying, bullshit, Dan, I can multitask until the cows come home. But there's also research among psychologists that suggests we can't. We can only have one thought at a time. We can only do one thing well at a time. And each time we chop and change, we alt tab from one task to another, from one email to another, from one paper to another, from one message to another. It takes time to get back into gear of what we were focusing on. Even if it's a nanosecond, it takes time, and time is energy. So when you think about it, you're expending energy up here each time you swap tasks. So I encourage you, next time you're doing something, do one thing only. If you're at the gym, be at the gym. Don't be hogging the equipment, looking at your device, scrolling to see what everyone else is doing, because hopefully they're at the gym too, working out at the gym. Think about that concept. Distraction, a loss of traction, takes us sometimes up to 23 minutes to get back on task.